Hey gang, this is Matt the Old Floor Boy. Today, I want to talk about fire kits. And you may think, Matt, what are you talking about fire kits for? It's 112 degrees outside. But actually, this is the best time to talk about fire kits and start figuring out what you're going to carry and how you're going to carry it before you actually need that fire kit when you go camping when it's cold or if you get into an emergency situation. So, I want to take you down to the workbench at depth and I want to show you a few of the different things that I carry. Sometimes I carry them all, sometimes I only carry one or two. So let's get down to the workbench and check those out. Okay, we're down here on the workbench at depth, and like I said, it seems stupid to be talking about fire kits when it's 112 degrees outside, 98% humidity, but this is a great time. So everybody's got their own individual fire kits that they like to use, that they depend on. And you should always follow that rule of threes. Threes is two, two is one is none. Okay, I always try to carry at least two methods of starting fire on me wherever I go. Because why do you have a fire kit? You have all your fire making essentials in one specific place. And when you're putting together an individualized kit, don't go over the top and don't make it too big, but make it big enough to where you can reliably start fire a number of ways. So why do you carry it? You carry it because when you're going camping and you get to your campsite, you would like to make a fire because you would like some warmth if it's cold, you would like some light if it's dark, and you would like to cook something, some coffee or whatever. So here is my main fire kit. And all this is one of these little dry boxes. I got a Dick's Sporting Goods. It's got a little paracord on it in case you need emergency or in case you need to clip it on to a pack or something. And you can see it's clear, so I can see what's in there. I got a couple Band-Aids. I got a multi-tool knife. I got another pack of matches. And I got a cigarette lighter with fluid. We're going to talk about how important that is in a minute. And I got a couple of Q-tips just in case I need them. So when you open the lid is packed with dryer lint. This stuff is like gasoline if you're trying to start tinder and start a fire. You got a couple of cotton balls, that you can pack and use stuff. Now, the cigarette lighter is particularly important. You could use this kind, or you could use a Bic, or you could use something else. I like this kind because you can see the fluid in it. I had a Bic in there, and the thing got pressed, and all the gas went out of the Bic. This one, you know how much fuel you got and when it's getting low or not. So this is my main fire kit, okay? And it just sits right in here, and I just pack this cotton on there to hold it. I got my multi-tool knife here, like I said, because you always need a pocket knife or something, and a few Band-Aids in case I cut myself. And this is my main fire kit. You could throw that in a backpack. You could throw this in a day pack. You can use this for a number of different situations. But if I'm carrying this, I always try to carry this little guy as a backup. You've seen these in different channels and different ads. This is nothing but a matchbox. It's not waterproof, so you got to be careful with it. That one, you may, if you drop your stuff in the water, this may survive, maybe not. This definitely won't survive. This is a dry weather fire making kit. And if you're carrying that one, carry this one also. It's got a striker on the side, and it's literally filled with matches. Okay, some of those are those big storm matches too. That's enough for quite a few fires. If you run out of this, there's a full pack of matches in there as well as a lighter. So 1, 2, 3. 3 is 2, 2 is 1, 1 is none. Now, I'm going to pull over my Alice rig, and I'm going to show you what I usually carry when I'm out hiking with that. Okay, here we go. We got our nice Alice web belt and our suspender rig with a couple of canteens on the back of it. Don't know if you can see those. But what's on the front is I got these little 80s cell phone pouches, and they're perfect. They work with Alice clips, and they go right around your web belt. And in this one, I just got an emergency space bag, and then one of those plastic grocery bags. But in this one, it fits perfectly my Altoids fire kit, perfectly in there, and it's out of the way. It's Altoids fire kit. Let's pop this open and see what's in there. Okay, we got just a couple of little Ranger bands around here to keep it closed. Now, I'm not recommending Altoids survival kits. This is not an Altoids survival kit. You can see it's been burnt up because I made char cloth with it. This is an Altoids fire kit. It's not a survival kit. I'm not surviving with this. I'm just making a fire. So in here, we've got a number of things. We've got some dry paper towels, okay? We've got some little fat wood chunks. We have our favorite big lighter, which, it still works, all right? So we don't have to resort to the flint and tinder. And I don't know if you can see under there, that black stuff is char cloth. And underneath here, there's still some more matches, okay, that you could, and there's actually a match striker that I have in there. So there's 2 or 3 different methods. There's the lighter, there's the matches, you know, there's the char cloth, and the char cloth is going to be extremely important for this next method that I'm going to show you. Okay, here we have one of my main belt rigs. This is just the belt rig that I carry actually the most. It doesn't have the suspenders on it, but you can see this is the one I carry my 22 pistol in, my Ruger single 6. And it's got another one of these little 80s cell phone pouches that perfectly fits the Altoids tin. But what's important is I have the Altoids tin, so I got matches in the Altoids tin, I've got a lighter in the Altoids tin, and what do you see here? My old favorite companion, my Buck Special 119. I've had this knife for literally 30 years, and why I like this knife is it's got a nice, flat, sharp spine on it, okay? And what do we use that nice, flat, sharp spine on it for? We carry a ferro rod, and this ferro rod is not properly sized for this holster. I mean, this sheath. I got this sheath, it's handmade sheath. I got it off of eBay about 10 years ago. The guy's great, but it's loose. The ferro rod's loose. So what I do is I just tie with some paracord. I tie the ferro rod onto the sheath. So even if it falls out, it can't get lost. But now I got a ferro rod, and I've got matches, and I've got a lighter in there, and I got char cloth. The char cloth is for this, in case I have to make a fire with the ferro rod, okay? So that is really, really handy. Always carry multiple sources of ignition, and I'm going to show you just one more before we wrap this up. Okay, now we're back to our wonderful suspender rig that I carry a lot too. The Altoids Fire Tin Kit is on the other belt, but it goes right in here. Okay, so you can carry those sources. I can put my knife right here on the side of the belt, and I got my knife and my ferro rod. But these Alice pouches, especially the canteen pouch, look what it has on it. They all have a little pocket, and in this little pocket, look what it fits. It fits a whole pack of matches, okay, and you can put strike-on box, you can put waterproof matches in there, and I also carry at least a couple of potable agua tablets. So that's a great thing. This is why I really love Alice. It is so handy. There's basically a use for literally everything that you need. So what did we learn today? Let's go up and discuss this. Okay, so today we learned fire kit is absolutely essential to have on you, or at least multiple ways to make a fire. I don't care if you make it in a little kit like this, like I did, or you do it in a little Altoids tin fire kit, or you do it match boxes, or you're a smoker and you carry a lighter for your cigarettes or whatever. Always remember to have multiple ways to make a fire on you, because remember the old rule, 3 is 2, 2 is 1, 1 is none, then you're dead. What happens if you get in an emergency situation where you fall down, break your leg, and you can't walk out of those woods? You're going to have to build a signal fire and stay there until they find you. It's going to be a lot harder for them to find you if they can't see the smoke. So remember to individualize your fire kits and always carry multiple sources of fire. Once again, this is Matthew, Florida Boy, and I will see you on the trail.